Good afternoon. I'd like to call this Sutter LAFCO to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boomgarden, Commissioner Cochran,
Present.
Commissioner Elphick, Commissioner Munger, Commissioner Wooten, Commissioner Ziegenmeyer, Commissioner Cardoza,
Here.
and Commissioner Chapadilling.
Here.
Thank you.
You forgot Conant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
And
all right.
Chair
Conant's here.
Conant, thank you.
Conant's here. All right. Will we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Would you like to lead us?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, minutes.
No motion for the agenda.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Motion for the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Cardoza. All right. All in favor? Do you want to do the roll call, or would you rather just do a voice? Just a voice? Okay. All in favor?
Here. Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Minutes. Is there any deletions or questions on the minutes?
Move to approve.
We have a motion.
I'll second that.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Next is public comment.
Mr. Chairman, quick question.
Matt.
Quick question for you. Who made the motion to approve the minutes? Manny, thank you.
Andy did. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Yeah, we're rolling along too fast, huh? Okay. Public comment. Members of the public are invited to address the commission on any matter of interest to the public that are not within the agenda for the posted time and not to exceed 5 minutes pursuant to the Brown Act. Commissioners cannot take any action on items not listed on the posted agenda, but fat fingers may add to a future agenda matters brought up under public comment for appropriate action at a future meeting. Okay. Any members of the public?
Got a full house, Matt.
Seeing none. Moving on. Public hearing.
Here we go.
LAFCO public hearing for 2024 final budget. Do you want to make any comments before we open a public hearing?
Yes. So we adopted under the LAFCO law, preliminary budget is required under state law to be adopted by May 1st with a final budget to be adopted by June 15th. So we, due to our meeting schedule of alternate months, we adopted our preliminary budget at the March meeting. Mm-hmm. And so we're coming back today with the final budget. There were no changes by the commission back in March, and just for Commissioner Chapdelain's benefit, let me just briefly go over the budget. So the budget is proposed at $213,000. The biggest component of the budget is an expenditure for a fire municipal service review, and that's estimated at $100,000. And I'm going to talk about that under my report to the commission in a moment. So we are projecting a large carryover balance, which is our undesignated fund balance of estimated of $266,000. So when you look at the proposed budget, the large carryover, we were able to keep the requested monies of the cities, the county, and the independent districts basically the same as last year. The benefit is after adopting the preliminary budget, we forward that over to the county auditor controller's office, and they can then do an estimated breakdown of the budget so that you can see what the impact would be on individual agencies. So we did that, and that's included as attachment 3 of your staff report. So staff is happy to answer any questions the commission may have, and we're asking you to conduct a public hearing and then consider adoption of Resolution 2024-3. Thank you.
Okay, so we already kind of opened the public hearing. Any members of the public? Seeing none, no comments from anybody? All right, we'll close the public hearing, bring it back to the commission. Any comments from the commission? Nope. No questions?
Chair,
Yeah,
I'd like to make a motion for the LAFCO financial year 24-25 final budget, adopt a resolution approving a final budget for fiscal year 24-25.
okay, we have a motion.
I'll second that.
Second. Let's do a roll call on this one.
Yeah.
Roll call, please.
Have to have a roll call with money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, aye.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed unanimously with a let it reflect only 4 commissioners present. Okay. Doug, Executive Officer's report.
Yeah, so a couple things. Attended the LAFCO staff workshop that was held at the end of April down in Pleasanton. Now, the staff workshop differs from the annual conference in that it's only staff members. You could have LAFCO council, but it's the executive officers, analysts / planners and clerks. So the nice thing about the staff workshop is it's much more, I'll just say intimate, it's much smaller. You know, there's 58 LAFCOs across the state, and so not everyone can attend. And so typically the staff workshop is attended by fewer than 100 people. And so it's a great opportunity to network with other executive officers in Northern California. And so I really appreciated that, getting back into the LAFCO world. The one thing, and this is something that applies not just to LAFCO, but to cities, counties, and even independent districts, is there was a recent ruling by the federal government that, and it basically talks about requiring websites to become accessible. Think of like ADA accessibility. And so this was kind of a big topic because a lot of LAFCOs are having to go back and kind of reformat their websites to be accessible. And what they often define that as someone who could be visually or hearing impaired, still be able to access information from the website, even though they have a disability. And so the biggest challenge that I think agencies will have is historically a lot of us have put PDFs up on our website for people to quickly access, but they're not searchable or readable by a machine. And so this is going to be an opportunity for those who, you might remember those who searched out businesses who weren't ADA accessible and filed lawsuits and then earned money through settlements. Well, they see this as an opportunity for someone to do the same thing for public agencies. So it's what they recommended to LAFCOs is to look at having a plan so that if you do get challenged, you can bring up your plan and say, well, here's our policy and here is the steps we're taking to become more compliant. There's actually some free software online that you can run on your website, which will kind of give you an overview of how compliant you are. While I was at the conference, I did that for Sutter LAFCO, and we came up probably like, I think it was 90% compliant. But we're not quite there, and so we may be looking at bringing forward a proposed policy that would cover LAFCO, as then look at making our PDFs going forward searchable and readable, so we would have the full compliance. But that's something that not just LAFCOs, but the agencies that we serve would also face. And then I wanted to let you know that the next regular LAFCO meeting will be July 11th. So I'm happy to answer any questions.
We're going to talk a little more about the fire study.
Oh, yes, thank you. So the MSR filing period for our RFP did conclude. I'm unhappy to report we did not receive any responses. Now, that said, we had a couple inquiries, and in fact, at the staff conference, there was some consultants there, and one of the consultants said, oh yeah, one of our staff is upstairs right now working on it.
On ours?
On ours. And he goes, yeah, you're gonna have it on Friday. So what I plan to do is I want to reach out to these couple firms and I want to find out, hey, what was the issues? Why didn't you submit? And what could we do different in order to have you submit? Because one of them I was really excited about because I thought they could be a good fit. And so depending upon what we hear, we probably are going to need to go out for a new filing period for it. And so I just wanted to let you know that. And so we'll probably have another update on that in July with hopefully better news.
So Doug, no responses officially on our RFP, but people apparently are working on this under.
They inquired. So
underneath?
they contacted me during the filing period, and they would ask some questions on the RFP, which is not unusual.
Right.
But we didn't get any formal submittals. So we did put this out on the system that Sutter County uses to distribute RFPs, and we also put it out on Yuba City's system that they distribute RFPs for. So I want to find out why we didn't get any submittals, from those firms, and then we're kind of regroup and hopefully go out again and have better results.
Yeah, I'd like to get this thing done someday.
Yeah.
It's always taking about 2 years longer than I thought it would.
Agreed.
Well, thank you, Doug. I appreciate that report. I was hoping for some better news, but
Yes, you and I both.
all of us are sure in the same boat. Any other questions from the board or commission? Excuse me.
Hey, Doug, were you able to take any other department members with you to help educate so you make your department moves smoother?
I did not this time. We do have the annual conference coming up in I think it's October. And so that would be another opportunity for training for staff.
That's good for me. Just wondering if you could get some help.
Any other commissioner questions? Staff? Anything? Nope. Meeting adjourned.